Thank you. And in support of the bill, I also want to thank our chair and ranking member for their leadership of the subcommittee. The subcommittee's jurisdiction covers many contentious areas, and we had a few hearings that contained some pretty heated debates, especially as they focused on the administration's budget, which did not always share our sense of priorities. But among the members of the subcommittee, there was never anything but respect, and I believe our chair and ranking member led their way with their efforts to be bipartisan and courteous, so thank you for that. This subcommittee has an incredibly broad jurisdiction. For example, in scientific research alone, we reach from the deepest spot in ocean in the Marianas Trench Marine National Monument in the Western Pacific to the National Science Foundation's work capturing the first images of a black hole 55 million light years from Earth. That was trying to stretch the jurisdiction as far as possibly could. There are the Department of Commerce's programs to support businesses and the Department of Justice's law enforcement work. This bill makes vital investments in all of these areas, and I'm proud to serve on this subcommittee, which has produced the bill that will support science and research, entrepreneurs, and justice for all. This committee does make investments in the present, future of our country and world. This bill does that in part through ensuring that our science agencies are fully funded to conduct research to make a difference in the lives of Americans and often the world by funding the basic and applied research toward the next technological innovation or scientific breakthrough. This bill also makes valuable investments in our underserved business communities through the Economic Development Administration and the Minority Business Development Agency, providing support for entrepreneurs who may otherwise have none. We also make investments in people through the Department of Justice programs that will help combat the opioid epidemic and other drug addiction problems, support victims of domestic violence, child abuse, and support law enforcement to keep our communities safe. And of course, we are making incredibly valuable investments in our environment. And here I highlight our oceans to ensure that future generations are able to continue to be sustained by this vital resource that covers over 70% of our Earth's surface. There is research in law enforcement to ensure that we have sustainable fisheries and protect marine species who need it most. There is also much needed research and management on coral reefs, estuaries, and marine protected areas funded by this bill. These are only a few examples of the investments that this bill makes, and I hope all of my colleagues will recognize how these efforts are supporting our constituents and country and world, and will support this bill. Thank you. I yield back.